All right, chat. Time to see what some of our contemporaries thought of the FNL list. Actually, hold on. Today's Yu-Gi-Oh is trash. Back then, it actually took skill. Okay, interesting thought. Interesting thought. I can't believe you guys don't like my idea of like the thumbnail, chat. Yeah, I can't believe you guys don't like that idea of like the thumbnail of using the what's it called? Of using the cards as like SpongeBob memes. Like, come on, chat. You guys are. I even if you don't like it, I don't understand how you guys think it's cringe. I don't think it's cringe. You guys can say, Cap, you can do better, but it's not cringe. Higher spot. No. Oh my God. Stop. I'm having a professional artist do these thumbnails. I am no longer getting Dolans and people from Twitch chat. Like, I'm actually getting a professional chat. Like, no more of this. No more of these like little shitty thumbnails, chat. I'm getting like an actual professional artist to do these. So yes, you're just. I don't think it's cringe. I think SpongeBob memes are cute. It's not cringe. Also, looking at MBT's room. I need to do this. So I have what's it called? There's a part of me that thinks like so. There's a part of me that's been thinking, chat, that like every Yugi tuber has one of these, and that I need to like get mine up because so like Callie has one of these in his room. MDT has one, and I have the Lightning Overdrive one. So I'm gonna put it. There's not like a great spot. Hold on. Cap, did you get a new house? I'm just renting. I didn't buy this. This house is objectively shittier than. It's just like a little shittier than my last house. So what's it called? I'm going to put it right. You guys see right there, like on the side of my closet where I have my broom. I'm gonna put it right there. I need to get some thumbtacks though, so I can put it on the wall. Your new room sucks. I mean, the upstairs in this house is not the problem. It's the downstairs. Like, I was talking to my brother, chat. I talked to my brother for like an hour for like an hour and 10 minutes on Sunday, and we talked about the stock market. We talked about football, the Ravens. We talked about the Russian-Ukraine war. Me and my brother just talk about all types of shit, right? And God, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I guess we talked about a lot. I lost my train of thought, but we talked about stuff. War. Apparently they're having a draft. Apparently Russia is like having a draft because they're like getting their asses kicked, which is insane. Like Russia is losing to Ukraine, so they're just like drafting motherfuckers off the street now. That's wild, chat. Like press one not to be born Russian, bro. Like seriously. Have you seen the protests? I have. I mean, I couldn't say that I would protest if I was in Russia, because in Russia they'll arrest your ass and they'll arrest you. They'll throw your ass in jail and like you just won't be seen from again. Like period. Are we watching Selza? We can watch Selza if you guys want. I mean, I've seen the video, but what's it called? Cap said, no, I didn't say I want Russia to win. I just said that it's crazy that they're losing. And my brother was like, so the reason Russia is losing is because like, yeah, they have more soldiers, but like they don't have the technology, right? He was like, the U.S. and like all the U.S. and other countries, chat, are giving like the Ukrainians like super advanced technology. And I don't know, chat, if you guys ever like wondered how much does technology matter in like combat, I feel like this is like the prime example of like this shit from the Modern Warfare video games, chat. Like, yeah, you actually can like win a war that way, because Russia has like all of this technology and these, you know, tanks and guns and shit from like the 70s, and Ukraine has like these modern day drones and stuff, and it's like, yeah, our tech is like infinitely better than yours. It doesn't matter if you have 10 times our army size, like we can still just kick your ass. You know what I mean? Will the DP engine come back? DPE. I don't think so, because, and I could be wrong about this, I just don't see how DPE is good in a format where Tier Element is the best deck. Like DPE is destruction based, right? And that's great, but it's not great against Tier Element when literally all the cards trigger off destruction, the spell or the traps, and then also the monsters. So DPE is just, it can't be. If the format was like Sprite chat, Sprite like Tier 0, DPE would be insane against Sprite. I mean, maybe they would smash it, but like that would be like their main out. But yeah, DPE would be insane against Sprite, but like it just seems unplayable against Tier. And I don't think that you can be unplayable against like one deck. You know what I mean? I've said this numerous times. If you look at Exo Sister, there's no destruction in that deck at all. That's one of the reasons like Exo Sister is like good. There's no destruction. All of Exo Sister's disruption is like, it's all banishing. The trap banishes. Magnifica banishes. The other one, the other Blonic Sea, like they're all banishing. Like you don't want to pop stuff, you want to banish right now, chat. Or like Madoche, bounce or spin back to the deck. They're Russian, they have technology, then why are they getting their asses kicked by a country that's like smaller than them with a smaller military budget and like less soldiers? Because if you guys don't know, chat, this is something I knew before talking to my brother. Russia has the second largest military budget in the world. Who has number one, chat? And it should be obvious. Who has the largest military budget in the world? I mean, it's so obvious. Yeah, the number one is the United States. Russia has the second largest military budget in the world. Why are they getting their asses kicked? Why are they getting their asses kicked? No, it's not China, it's the US. The US, dude, Google that shit. The US military budget is like 4 times Russia's. Like the US military budget is insane, Chad. That's why I told you guys, companies like Raytheon, stock market company, you guys can say, hey, Cap, I don't want to invest in war, but bro, the US is like, military is what we do. It's what we do. It's like the white people that hunt, chat. Like it's just in their blood. They just go out and kill shit. That's what we do. That's what we do. Russia is getting ready to annex Ukraine. Well, call me when they actually start winning. So, what did you say about my thumbnails being cringe, Dolan? SpongeBob memes are so cringe. They're like 10 years old, by the way. But people, okay. I get that, Dolan. Even though I am significantly older than you, I'm almost twice your age, I do understand the whole, like, Cap, those are so old. But the reason why I disagree with that is because SpongeBob memes are still topical. People still use them now. And I feel like when someone uses a SpongeBob meme, whether it be the one with Patrick arguing with the guy, or the one with with SpongeBob showing Patrick all this stuff in the house, it's like, you know what I mean? I don't have any outs to Mystic Mine. And then SpongeBob is like, MST, Lightning Storm, Cosmic Cyclone, etc., etc. You guys know the meme. People still use those all the time. No one is like, that's an old meme. Like, no one says that, though. Like, people still use SpongeBob memes to this day. And no one ever says, like, that's cringe. I argued, and I'll get to this MBT thing in a second, chat. Cringe or no cringe? People saying and making videos and going on Twitter and posting, goodbye, sweet prince, to Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they get banned. Bro, that's so cringe. It's okay if you do it to like a little cute card that like no one saw coming. Like a little cute card like, Mecha Phantom Beasto Lion. Because it's like, okay, that's kind of cool because maybe you like actually play. Maybe you're like that one kid at locals who like actually played Mecha Phantom Beast. But when you do it for a card like Hulk that you have been crying about for 2 years to get banned, like, it's cringe. Stop. No one should be like, goodbye, my sweet fairy tale Snow. I'll miss you so much. Like, bro, haven't you been complaining about this card for 6 months straight? Why are you making this cringe post? Like, stop it. It's cringe. No, it's not. It's not funny, Zesty. It was funny. It was funny like 5 years ago. Now it's just cringe. But SpongeBob memes are still funny, Dolan. They're not cringe. So that's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah, if you're a Paleo player and you're doing it for Ronin Toden, okay, that's not cringe. But if you're doing it for Hulk, if you're doing it for Red Reboot, if you're doing it for Fairy Tale Snow, it's cringe. Because you're the same person who's been complaining about... And you guys want to know the epitome of cringe? when Mystic Mind gets banned, people will do it for Mystic Mind. They'll be like, goodbye, my sweet mind. You did nothing wrong. I miss you so. Like, it's cringe. Dig South for Harp. Also, I usually want cards. I just don't care about Harp Horror. Can people just shut up about that card? Like, Orcus is a boring deck. No one cares. Like, Colossus is cool. Like, you bring that back, that's spite. Like, no one cares about Orcus. Like, shut up about Orcus. It's just like Electromite. Like, shut up about that. Seriously. Anyways, let's go.
Oh, come on, not now. Hold up. Okay, now I'm presentable.
See? Real one right there, Twitch chat. When you are in a video or you are in front of a stream, you need to be presentable. Don't just get your ass on stream looking busted or anything. I honestly thought about wearing a hat today because I was like, yeah, I haven't shaved since like Saturday. I don't usually stream on Mondays. It's kind of messes up my shaving. Like, maybe I should wear a hat today, but I'm like, I look okay, I guess. Anyways. Electromite
Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a hint to BP, but he's not here, so anyways.
AKA MBT, and of course it would come out today. I've got 4 scheduled videos, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, many with integrations I can't waffle on, but of course it would come out today.
I thought it was obvious it was coming out today. I guess you could say technically that I could have said that last week, and I did say that last week, by the way. Mind your own business, you hope. Oh, that is such a mean word. I'm gonna MBT you. But no, I felt like, okay, I'll put it like this. I feel like every single Monday we should have expected a ban list. Every Monday we should expect one. You know what I mean? No one cares more about how another man looks than you. You haven't told me why that's a problem, though. You know what I mean? You haven't told me why. My mother told me always be presentable. So there you go. I'm just trying to help you.
Absolute worst time it could. The day after
1
the
PM?
Chalice Live.
I mean, I wasn't really doing
ban
it.
list update. So we're going to do a little bit of a blind react. Obviously, I'm using the term blind react a little loosely here because...
It's 2022. You're not allowed to shame people for being gay, Big Pimpin'. You need to, what's the word? You need to progress yourself. Yeah, you need to progress yourself. You're just like Dolan. You got so much hate in your heart. You need to, this is who you need to watch more of. MBT. There is no place for that in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. I'm going to go to Twitter and I'm going to shame you.
You can see that there's stuff to react to on the screen. Halka Fibrax, Cyberjar, and Fusion Destiny staring back at me means that we're at least going to know 3 hits on this list. I guess I'll do a little bit about what I expect to see on it. I actually really like...
This was also not done enough. Tombox was like one of the only people who like said what his ban list prediction was in the video, but like no one talked about what they wanted.
The current format, I think that Sprite and Tier Limit are fun decks, and while they are better than everything else, there's a lot of interplay between them. The games are very grindy. They're back and forth. The better player usually wins, which is not something you can often say about Yu-Gi-Oh! I would just like to see some of the really powerful spells and traps removed.
This format was how you just see every card. Like I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I like looking at the list and scrolling down and not knowing what's coming next.
From the format, I think that like Mystic Mind sucks, of course. Super Polymerization sucks. Cards like Eradicator, Epidemic Virus are ridiculous, and a Curious ban or a Nightmare Griffin ban would go a long way in preventing those tier limit setups specifically. We could see a card removed from some of the top decks. Snow, I would like back on the ban list. Maybe something to make the Toad setup a little harder so that less powerful decks like Math Mech can compete. So let's just go ahead and hit that Forbidden Limited List card update image, and Fairy Tail Snow off the bat. Glad to see it. The Konami intern that moved that card back to 1 should have watched the Masochist Banlist tournament, in which we proved conclusively there's like 90 cards that could come off before this one. We knew it was going to be a problem immediately. Big surprise. It's a problem when you release a series of cards into the format that mill 8 as part of their normal setup combo. Fairy Tail Snow being out of the format takes some of the teeth out of Tier, so I'm happy about that, but the deck is still very, very good. Next up, Ronin Totem. Yeah. Wow. That is a surprise. I was just talking during the Chalice Line Monthly that maybe the problem card in the Toad line is actually Ronin Totem, and has been since the Substitoad days. That's always been the card that kind of broke the thing in half. That's
an interesting theory. could they have banned Ronin all the way back during the Frog FTK days? Because so like if you guys don't know, Ronin is the card that like allowed you to summon frogs back like 20 times. Substitute is just what allowed you, I guess, load the graveyard up. But loading the graveyard up wouldn't have done anything if there was like no, like loading the graveyard up wouldn't have done anything if there was no, monster that could be summoned back almost infinitely. So that is actually an interesting. I never thought of that. I just okay, Substitute.
Substitute was good, but not banally
Cells are
strong
called
before
Ronin
then.
Level Eater. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far, cause like so people said that they were like, oh, you can summon Ronin infinitely in Sprite. I'm like, it's not infinite, it's just 3, In Frog FTK, it was like infinite. You get to summon it like 20 times, and if you don't have DD Crow, you just lost.
I guess theoretically you can still do the Toad line, but you have to normal summon a Swap Frog and then send a Swap Frog and then use the Elf that you summon off of like a blue and a jet to bring back a Swap Frog, which is a tall ask. Yeah, I guess happy to see this go, but it's definitely going to decrease the power level of Sprite a lot. So I hope that comparatively good stuff is gone in tier. Halka Fibrax. This card is not doing a lot in the current metagame. It is played in some of the top decks, but not all of the time, and basically only for very specific setup combos or extension. I think that this card is going to be a problem in the future. However, it's going to restrict design space for tuners basically until the day it is banned. So I am glad to see it go. Even under the top 2 decks, best decks like 5, 6, and 7 could always commit to like a Scythe line that was just unbelievably unfun to play against, and I'm so glad that that's probably not going to be a part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Moving forward. Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Demonic Dragon. Sad day for my zombie individuals, but this is a card that always had a lifespan. You can't put a card this good that says basically add a card from your deck to your hand, provided you're on a light or dark strategy, and mill 5 into a card game as broken as Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the graveyard is functionally just a second hand. Despite the fact that it would come back and then enable something like Shinobi Necro into Baron de Fleur, and that play was like cute.
That's the most untalked about element of Chaos Ruler, is like it reborns itself. Oh. Oh, what's up, Nadir? Yo! Big raids! What is this? Hey, yo! Big raids! Thank you very much, MBT, with the massive raid. And then we also got Nadir in here and Dyer. Crazy. Be nice, Twitch chat. We just got a massive raid. What I was also going to say, chat, someone earlier said on Facebook that Chaos Ruler, that it almost invalidates the entire level 8 synchro pool. Do you guys agree? Because I feel like that's probably true. Yo! New sub! Pog MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming through with the first time subscription right before the end of September. Thank you for becoming a grown-ass MBT. A grown-ass Tron. Thank you very much, Joseph. I appreciate that support. Chaos Ruler does almost nothing. Are you sure you don't mean any or everything? It's definitely I am making a ruler or I am making Borreload. Okay, so you mean Savage. I mean, it's just like, it really does just, I mean, when you look at a deck like Punk and they're making Chaos Ruler over their own level 8 synchro, I don't know, man. I feel like that kind of speaks volumes. I mean, imagine if Sword Soul was like Light and Dark. They wouldn't even, maybe they'd make this card too. I'm just saying. Now we're only making Savage. I think Savage is fine.
And cuddly for zombie players. I am happy to see this card go. I think that it was always a bit of a
thank you for the raid again, Joseph.
And Red Reboot. Happy to see Red Reboot go.
What's up, Luke? How are you?
This card has absolutely no place being Yu-Gi-Oh! It is this unrespondable counter trap that just blows trap decks out of the water. It is so unfun to play against. And unfortunately, it is currently seeing a lot of play because of some tier limit setups that are able to go through like Eradicator Epidemic Virus. I imagine we'll see some of that. Or the cards that make that possible hit later on the list. Limited, Blackwing Steam the Cloak.
Wait. I'm sorry. I need to hear what he said about Red Reboot. I'm sorry. I have to.
Of some tier limit setups that are able to go through like Eradicator Epidemic Virus. I imagine we'll see some of that. Or the cards that make that possible hit later on the list. Limited, Blackwing Steam.
You didn't talk about Red Reboot.
And Red Reboot. Happy to see
wait.
Red Reboot go. Oh, thank goodness. This card has absolutely no place being in Yu-Gi-Oh! It is this unrespondable counter trap that just blows trap decks out of the water. It is so unfun to play against. And
Thank you. There is no defending this card. There just isn't. If you think that Red Reboot, like it going to ban was bad, you're just a combo simp. Just say I'm a combo simp and let me combo. There's no defending this card. A spell speed 3 that you can activate from your hand. Who cares about life points? You just win the game. If there was a monster equivalent to this, people would want it banned the second it came out. Like, there's no defending this card at all. Get this card. I don't care what it's at in Master Duel, because there's no side deck in Master Duel. So, there you go. Like, I'm not trying to just lose to this. Bro, I've lost so many games to Red Reboot. My opponent, every time someone Red Reboots me, I don't even get mad. I just laugh. I'm like, cool. Spell speed 3 that could be activated from the hand. Like, cool. Oh, I get to set a trap, but I just die this turn? That's fun. You know I mean?
It is currently seeing a lot of play because of some tier limit setups that are able to go through, like Eradicator Epidemic Virus. I imagine we'll see some of that, or the cards that make that possible hit later on the list. Limited, Blackwing Steam the Cloak, completely fine with no Hulk. Cyberjar, hilarious. Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, completely fine with no Hulk and no Auroradon. Substitute, probably okay with no Ronin Totem, but I could be wrong. It's a very powerful card. I mean, it was played prior to the release of Ronin Totem in Edison Fish OTK decks. I just don't think that Coelacanth is really where you want to be. If it was, then Goatee would be the best deck. Spell of Judgment, completely fine at 1. I have changed my tune on this one after playing with it in Master Duel. Boy, oh boy, is that card mid. And a Pointer of the Red Lotus. Weird one. I play a Pointer of the Red Lotus in my decks. I think that it's extremely powerful. Not only is the Thoughtseize effect extremely good, but playing with perfect information in a format where you have like very targeted pieces of interaction. You've made a sprite board with like potentially 2 Toad negates and then like a red or a carrot. Knowing specifically what you have to stop or negate is really important. And a Pointer of the Red Lotus is a way that you can always do that with almost no cost to yourself.
Yeah, I said this around Nat's chat. Like, I started having more of a problem with this card. The more you looked at a Pointer of the Red Lotus, the more problematic I thought this card was. Because if someone was playing like, oh, King Scarlet's here too? What's up, King Scarlet? Hey, he is here. Agreed, hate those guys. Good lord. Yo, press 1 if literally all of the entire Yu-Gi-Oh community was in Joseph's Twitch chat. Because, I mean, like, was everyone there? Like, goddamn. Like, he literally had the entire Yu-Gi-Oh community in his Twitch chat. Like, that's insane. You know? I think that, I don't know. I don't like this card. Because if you play a deck like Sprite, and obviously Sprite can make pretty good boards with, like, minimal effort. Usually, what, like, 1 card, 2 cards? You know, if you have starters, like, okay, that's the full combo. There's not a lot of great, like, if you have a powerful board breaker, chat, if you have something like Dark Ruler and they have a Pointer, better have 2 Dark Rulers, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to take away your best card, and the fact that it becomes a neg 1 is, like, negligible, because usually if your board doesn't get broken, you just kill them during the next turn. So, like, this is one of those cards that just became, again, this card in, like, old eras of Yu-Gi-Oh wouldn't have been that great, but game's just too fast now. Yu-Gi-Oh can be a 1-turn game, you know?
I am happy to see this card gone. It is not
BP, be nice to our guests.
Oh, nothing on the semi-limited list. That's really good news. I really do not like the semi-limited list. Possibly. I think it should be the malicious holding zone. For unlimited, we have Dynamite Knight, the true Draco fighter. This card's completely fine at 3. Cyber Angel Ben 10. Ooh, I don't know. I guess I'm of 2 minds about this. While I don't think that it increases the ceiling too much on Drytron setups, Drytron is a kind of playable deck, especially at the rogue level, and I don't
Dyer says a Pointer takes a card. I thought it was just sync. What? No! What? No, Dyer. Are you under the impression that you just get to see your opponent's hand? No, you take a card. You take a card out of their hand. Like, they get to see your hand, which is actually a cost. That's like the weirdest cost ever. But you take a card out of your opponent's hand, I think, until the end of their turn. But, like, the problem is, if you're playing a deck like Sprite, like, if they don't break your board, you're just gonna kill them. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, you get this. They get to see a card in your hand, which doesn't really matter. It's usually like a hand trap or some random dead card. And then you take whatever their best card is. The only thing that it doesn't work against is, like, Super Poly, because you can just change Super Poly. But if they have a board breaker, if they have desires, if they have something like a talent, Slayer, like you just take that card out of their hand and then they can't use it.
Like the stuff it does, so I would still like to see this card at 1. But
yeah, it's not the Eye of Truth.
Shooting Riser Dragon.
Yeah, GCD like somehow still plays the game.
One of the most
and you're a mod
hits in modern memory. They put this to 1 last format for a reason that no one could understand. Like the Shooting Riser setups that were possible because of the weird adventure Verte format that we were in like 6 months ago were completely doable with 1 copy. In fact, people were really only playing 1 copy anyway, so no one really understood why it was put to 1. But I guess you can put it to 3 now that Halka Fibrax is banned. Sure. Fusion Destiny. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy about this. As a hero player, it does my heart good to see that only the true heroes will be able to play this deck. And Sky Striker. Sky Striker gets it as well. Of course, this card is not particularly powerful without Verte Anaconda, so happy to see it back at its correct number. Nadir's Servant at 3. This was a very strange one. They put Nadir's Servant to 2. No idea why, because the decks that played Nadir's Servant weren't doing particularly well. But now it's going back to 3 at a time when it's kind of Mobilize Engage in Fluanderies specifically because you can send Garua. Trickstar Light Stage back to 3. This actually does have implications in Sprite. It's going to make back row against Sprite a lot worse if it's not chainable. They're going to play it in order to go into Trickstar Lilybell, and at a time in which we've actually just lost one of the starters in Sprite, I think that it will probably become a pretty consistent inclusion in the list. And Wall of Revealing Light completely fine at 3.
You have 2 eyes. What's it called? Buffering fixed. I'm not even on what's it called. Okay, I'm wondering if you realized it. So one thing that I noticed, chat, is, as I said earlier, this, and at least MBT, you seem to be one of the few people, Joseph, who didn't get like, I don't know, pie in the sky. Like, I guess as Yu-Gi-Oh players, especially in this specific situation, right, where the ban list is like, we all feel like it's overdue. We all have this kind of child on Christmas morning mentality, right? It's like, ooh, ban list, shiny new toy, where we just get excited no matter what, right? We get excited just because there is a ban list, there is change. And it looks like he looked at this objectively because there are a lot of people, chat, that I watched who didn't realize that Mystic Mine was not banned until like the very end of the like their video. And it's like, shouldn't that have been one of the that should have been like the first thing you noticed, right? Like as soon as you got past banned, I mean, I guess unless you thought it was getting limited, which I thought it was on the table that mine could get limited. But like to me, it's one of the first things you should have kind of noticed. Is like, where's Mystic Mine at?
Is that it?
See?
Oh no,
he gets
I just kind of assumed there was going to be another page or an image that I missed.
Yeah.
There's no Mystic Mine on here, which is extremely frustrating. While that card does actually have a pretty low win rate, check out Hakuna Maidata's video on side deck options if you want to see how Mystic Mine kind of fails as a way to actually win the game. It's just kind of gross in general. This card is banned in the OCG. It's banned in Master Duel. I would have preferred to see the ban here, and I think everyone kind of expected it would happen. Super Polymerization I would have liked to have seen gone too. I guess Garua is a little too new, but it's really frustrating playing against decks like Tearlament that can play Super Polymerization both as a way to dodge cards like Infinite Impermanence, but also as a mechanism to wipe the board of any like rogue strategy that's playing multiple monsters with the same type and attribute, and plus in the process. I truly don't understand how they could leave a card that powerful
and then maybe curious
legal at a world where the cost of discarding a card is completely
I blame Garura. Yeah, I mean, so like it's hard for me to say if Super Poly would be. I mean, I guess if Super Poly would be a problem without Garura, but the way that Yu-Gi-Oh is, chat, where we have so many fusion monsters, so many good targets for Super Poly, it's like, should I be punished because my archetype has like the same attribute, or the monsters of the same type and attribute? That's really frustrating. Like losing a game because you have 2 Exorcisters and your opponent goes Super Poly and you just can't respond. Like, I really don't know what you're supposed to do about that. Thank you very much, XSlayer64, coming through with the Twitch resubscription. Thank you for continuing to be a grown-ass Slayer for 2/3 of the year in a row. I appreciate that support very much, my friend. I personally think Super Poly is fine, but I can see the argument for banning it. So, I think maybe it was fine, dire, back when like I actually I can't say fine. I'm talking about fine as in not necessarily bannable, right? Like maybe being limited. Back when the what's the name of that deck, chat? The branded deck. Back around national season when branded was playing it, and it was like, okay, it works in certain situations, right? Like I need to have, you know, Albaz plus like an extra deck monster, or I need to have, you know, your monster has to be like dark and light, but like, bro, why should you be able to like super poly my Impin plus, you know, my Apex Avion? Or like, I just feel like there's no deck that just can't be super poly now. Like if it's not Mud Dragon, then it's like Garura. And if it's not that, then it's like you know, Starving Venom or some shit like that.
Pooped by Garua anyway.
Also, whoever this is, Asian Eyes, like stop hitting me up on Discord. I've never blocked someone on Discord before, but I'm about to. Because you're clearly not the real Asian Eyes. So like stop hitting me up on Discord.
I would have liked to have seen some part of that silly Eradicator epidemic virus setup taken behind the shed.
So if that's
they didn't
you,
ban Curious,
like,
which I guess is okay because snow is forbidden. But another thing you can send off Curious is a really powerful trap card
yeah,
like Eradicator epidemic
virus. PvP, if you're getting just you have me added on Discord, you could just hit me up under Prince Blue Blood and say, Cap, your mods are like bullying me. But don't hit me up under like some random name, like trying to trick me and stuff.
Deck
like,
Devastation virus,
first,
which you can
like,
then get back with Nightmare Griffin. That's
they can't keep making
play
with
that
generic
Tearlament went
material
for frequently, and now not only has the ability to do so more consistently, but also doesn't have to worry about cards like Red Reboot potentially screwing it up. Yeah, I guess it remains to be seen what exactly the top decks are going to be in a post-Banlist environment. But without the ability to consistently make totally awesome, I imagine that Sprite is going to be much weaker. And I imagine that Tearlament is going to be unbelievably strong, right? It's missing Snow exactly, but Tearlament has a lot of other cards that put up formidable boards without having to resort to the Singleton Book of Moon.
And the thing about it is, like, Fairy Tail Snow is not necessarily a part of, like, their core engine. It's like, yeah, it's cool if we get it in the graveyard, right? Like, we don't want to draw this. Maybe we want to dump it off like Curious. Maybe we want to dump Eradicator. But it's not like it's not integral to that deck. So Ronin Tonin is like integral to Sprite. You know what I mean? I don't understand how Tier got hit less than Sprite. When it's getting more support and it's already the better, like I just don't.
That lets them dodge some very particular threats.
Why didn't they?
I wanted to see Crystal and Halka Fibrax do the Pog face, talk a little bit about Hero, but this list, after 138 days, the longest we've been without a list in the No Sooner Than era, is actually just pretty disappointing. It doesn't hit the problem spells that we all expected would be hit on it. It takes behind the shed a bunch of rogue decks that would be playable in a world where the top two decks are a little less strong.
Someone
and it doesn't really neuter Danger Tearlament, except for making its best of all possible world mills a little worse of all possible worlds. They can still Eradicator you, you know? They can still deck dev you.
That's why this is my boyfriend, Shaq, because he's smart.
Huh. Well, guess I'm trying to break Substitute.
Look, I think part of Tier Element chat is like a culmination of what's the word that I want to use? I think it's Banlist sympathy, right? So Banlist sympathy happens, chat, when a card or like a theme or an archetype gets their cards back, but they actually haven't been like power crept, right? Like hard power crept. I'm trying to think of an example of like a card that came back recently that's like hard power crept. It's like this card can't do anything. I'm sure you guys can name some in like the Twitch chat. Dangers are not those. Like anyone who told you that dangers have been power crept is like a liar. Dangers have not been power crept, but they slowly just went like the 2 into 3 because like, oh, who cares? It's just dangers. Nobody plays dangers anymore. And like, all it takes is like one deck, bro. Like, hold on. Isn't the whole reason we put all these cards to 1? Because they're like not hard once per turns, and you get to keep summoning and keep drawing cards, and like you don't go neg. It's like, man, it's like very evident that those same issues are like applicable right now. Dangers were I know, and like I don't get it. It's like the same thing that happens with emergency teleport. You know what I mean? Like dangers should not have gone higher. Even Konami has to get out of this mentality, chat, that if a card is not necessarily seeing play, then that means like it's 100% safe to like go higher. You know what I mean? Because of Orcus. Nessie should have gone to 1. Cyberjar. Flip Effect. Look, I'm all for shitty replays, man, but Flip Effect's kind of trash. Like, and this is coming from someone who like, I don't think Morphin Jar should be legal because I have a problem with any Yu-Gi-Oh card that says like draw 5, but yeah, Cyberjar. If someone plays Cyberjar, I'll be like legitimately shocked. You know, Nessie at 3 is wild. Desires back to 3, Cyberjar and Runic. We talked about that. There, unless they make a Runic card, which chat Runic isn't done, is it? That's interesting. So Runic came out of a deck building set, but like it's not done. Runic should still get what, like 2 more cards, because that's how the deck building archetypes work. Yeah, Runic should still get like a couple more cards. If they make a Runic card that either books a monster, or one that like flips a monster face down, face up, like then it's kind of spicy. You know what I mean? Prediction Princess support. Runic has 1 more card after the gen. Oh, that's right. Runic and Generators is like they share a lore for some weird reason. Which also
oh my god! It's actually real! It's
Nadir, calm down. Jesus Christ.
out 458! I'm just gonna go ahead and assume this is real. Okay, let's scroll down and let's begin,
He's
ladies and
turned
gentlemen.
up.
The ban list is finally here. It is effective from next Monday, the 3rd of October. Yeah, here we go. Okay, the October 2022 list. Here we go.
When would you realize, by the way?
Ah! Fairy Tail Snow!
Okay, good hit.
I was so looking forward to them banning Curious, but they banned Snow instead. Oh.
If they hit Curious over Snow, so the problem is I think that Snow would have been a problem eventually again. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know if people would dedicate Foolish Burial for Fairy Tail. I mean, probably, but even without Curious, I feel like, I mean, cause like branded cards, chat. Like as long as there are ways to dump Snow from like the deck into the graveyard, it can't just be a Curious problem. Cause I think I saw somebody actually dump Snow into the graveyard with Shadow Fusion. I could be crazy, but I think I seen someone send like a Shadow plus like Snow and like get in. I mean, there's just too many ways to get that fucking card in the graveyard.
Oh man, I mean, listen, you can't say that Snow wasn't a problem.
Oh yeah, Shooting Riser Dragon. Yeah. That's another one. Like there's just too many conduits for the card. You know what I mean? If it's not Foolish Burial, it's Branded Fusion. If it's not Branded Fusion, it's Shadow Fusion. If it's not a card that has the word fusion in it, then it's Shooting Riser Dragon. And I'm pretty sure, maybe not all that stuff, but like you can still do the Shooting Riser crap. Like there's just too many ways to get Snow in the graveyard.
Card. I'm just really sad, dude. I love Snow. It's unfortunately I haven't really played with a Snow deck in a while, but there it is. Okay, Fairy Tail Snow. That stupid furball.
I forget what the next card is.
All right, let's scroll down. Any other bans? I don't know what else we're hoping for here. Maybe a Swamp Frog or Totally Awesome? Surely
Ronan
not.
Totem.
Oh my god, Ronan Totem! That's the one they banned! No way! Huh? Come on, this is a bait. This has to be fake. There's no way this...
Snow is very good.
By the way, I'm still at the point where I don't know if this ban list is real or not, but it's on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I don't know.
Real.
It has to be real. Okay. Ronan frickin' Toden is banned.
Hold on. Let's see. I think it was 4 cards, right? So the next card is, it's not Reboot. It's what is the next card? Oh, is it Pepega Ruler? No, I think it's 5 cards. Oh, it's out. It's out. Okay.
Jeez.
Dude, I really hate to say this, chat. Were Link's just a mistake? You know what's crazy? When you look at how many Link monsters are banned, chat. It's insane. Like, I don't know if it's the whole element of like Link monsters that summon from the deck, but go to the ban list, chat, and look how many Link monsters are banned. And then go look at like Fusion and Synchro. Because I think Fusion has like Colossus. I can't think of any more. Fusion has like maybe 3, and Synchro has like 4. With Link, it's like a dozen. It's like, bro, we're gonna get to like 20 soon. Like, it's insane. Oh, Norden. Hold on. So Norden, Colossus. Is that it? It's just Norden and Colossus. XC has a lot. Yeah, XC has a lot too. A lot of XCs is like 4 because you have like Ptolemaeus and Shockmaster and stuff. The Venom, the what's it called? The burn card. But like, chat, just go and like look at like Synchro and look at Fusion and then look at Link. And it's like, yo, Link Frames Pack, chat, might have been a problem. Or might have just been
honestly, I expected
mistake.
Totally Awesome or Swap Frog, but Rodentode and I
Links
guess
are so
also
accessible and
it.
often just
We're scrolling
crazy
down, we're having a look
extended.
here. What else is next? Any other bands?
How?
Alkafibre.
Argapane, Elpie.
I forgot to sell my ulti. Well, there it is, guys. Crystron, Alkafibre, kicking the
Mermaid,
bucket. He's
Goblin,
gone. Get
Summon
out of
Sword,
here. No
Hulk,
more tuners.
Gumblar,
Special summon
Link
for free.
Cross,
Peace out.
Firewall,
And
Firewall's a red,
sayonara. I gotta show you something really funny. This is a blog post from May 18, 2012. This is over
He found it. Nadir found it.
10 years ago.
Interesting.
And the logic and reasoning they give for the ban of
Midnight
Spore and
Sweetness.
Glow Up Bulb. This is an article by Konami. This was probably the...
I guess I should reread this. Let's break this down. Tuners are okay. Tuners that can be used for any synchro monster are okay. Cards you can easily search for a summon from deck are okay. Reusable cards are okay. Reusable cards with no costs are even okay. Synchro monsters with powerful effects are okay. Synchro monsters that can be summoned using any synchro material are okay. Tuners that can be used for any synchro monster are easily fetched from the deck, are reusable with no cost, and can grab powerful synchro monsters that have no specific requirements. This turned out not to be okay. It's such a roundabout way of writing this. Interesting.
Second last time we ever had communication about banning cards. Tuners that can be used for the synchro
How-
of any
how is it
synchro,
tuner, though?
fetch from the deck, reusable with no cost, and can grab powerful synchro monsters that have no specific requirements. This turned out to not be okay. Damn! If only we checked out the blog from 10 years ago, we would have noticed that Christian Halka-Fibrax probably should have been banned. Okay, there it is, dude. Okay. Alright, let's see what's next here.
Chaos
Halka-Fibrax, only extra deck monster that's been banned. Oh my god, Chaos Ruler! Oh, that is absolutely spot on, but also really sad. I freaking love that card, man.
I mean, it's a
Ruler
fun
is
card,
one of
but
the
it's
coolest
broken
cards
as
ever
hell.
made, but let's be real. Excavating and milling 5 cards off the top of your deck and then adding a hand trap
And
or an
adding one.
extender or something like that is absurd, right? This
Selza
card
was
was
right.
generic. It's level 8.
No, Selza wasn't right. Selza did not want what's it called? He didn't want Chaos Ruler banned because he said it wasn't the problem with the format. And my argument is, you can say that it's not the problem with the format, but the issue with Chaos Ruler, chat, is like I feel like it's going to be a good card for like forever, right? If it wasn't a generic, maybe if it required a light tuner or a dark tuner or something like that to summon, maybe a dragon monster is like, okay, maybe, but it's like a completely generic level 8, and level 8 synchros have been good since the first set they came out, chat. Since the Duelist Genesis, they've been pretty solid. So it's a very easy card to make. Excavate 5 or mill 5, like that's probably going to be good for a long ass time. Add 1, and then you also can reborn it from the graveyard. It banishes itself. Who cares? It's a 3,000 beater. You know?
Very easy to summon.
Yeah, like to me, Chaos Ruler was like, it was never going to be outdated, like basically ever. Like it's gonna take so much power creep, chat, to make that card outdated. Again, if it required a light or dark tuner, maybe it'd be a little worse. But like, bro, when you have decks like Punk that summon it instead of their own synchro monsters, like that tells you something.
I'm so sad, dude. I am genuinely so sad. There it is. All right. Any other bans though? I want to see what comes back,
see what he says about
baby.
Red Ribbon.
Do we have any? Do we have the return
better
of
not
any
defend
cards? That's
this,
what I'm looking
Nadir.
for. Okay, nothing banned.
Okay.
For spells and Red Reboot ban? That's not base. That card should be at 3. Wait, where's...
Stop! Stop! I almost said a word that I probably shouldn't say in front of our guest, chat. I almost said a 5-letter word that has 2 G's in the middle and an A at the end. that I probably shouldn't. I was thinking it. But I was like, stop. Yeah, there's an N at the beginning. Like, stop. Anyways.
Mystic Mine!
He realized.
There's no Mystic Mine. There's no Mystic Mine. I hate this. I'm starting to hate this. Okay, did you bring anything cool back? Steam the Cloak. Ready in time for Darkwing Blast,
realized.
baby. I don't actually know if you play this.
No Mystic Mine, baby.
Knows, but okay. Cyber Jar. From Banned to Limited. I mean, this, bro, like, it's been. I'm sorry, if you're going to set Cyber Jar and pass, like this,
I think
this
2005.
I'm sorry, this is so irrelevant. This guy should have been unbanned years ago.
It's not crackers.
Unless someone is going to do some crazy, dumb, stupid things like, you guys ever watch Table 500 and someone always submits Morphing Jar, Book of Tayu, FTK or whatever? Unless someone does something dumb with Cyber Jar. Like, this is just never going to be a thing. But pretty cool regardless.
Should be at 6 copies.
Harp. Old Lion. Okay, I mean, it makes sense that they're going to bring back a bunch of stuff that Halka Fibrax sort of killed just by its existence.
So
don't be surprised if we see a couple more tuners here.
Now,
I just want
I've been watching for a long ass time. Bro, I've been making videos for a long ass time. Hold on, Nadir. I thought this too. However, Rodent Totem is banned. So, like, I mean, you can 1-for-1 it, but just Rodent Totem's banned. Just keep that in mind. Cap defense.
Substitute.
It's not that I answered this earlier on the stream, right? I think the reasoning behind keeping Mystic Mine legal is I fundamentally agree with that, right? Because I don't like the idea of combo players just saying, no, I refuse to play spell and trap removal. Yeah. Okay, but then you should be like punished by floodgates, right? So you have answers. It's not just draw the out. You're not even running an out. So you can't say that. Tier element, like, I mean, I guess you could say the field spell, kind of, I guess. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh players refuse to play spell and trap removal, chat. And if you want to say, well, that's just where Yu-Gi-Oh has gone, okay, I guess, but I feel like there maybe should be one card in the entire game that, like, punishes your logic. You know what I mean? And Mystic Mine's punishment usually says you lose. However, even with me being possibly right with that stance, I still wanted the card banned because I also realized, like, the pendulum swings both ways, chat. And then I think as I want to enter these YCSs, like, man, I really think, like, Black Wings would be a fun deck, but it's like, wait, does Black Wings just lose if my opponent, like, minds me? You know, if my opponent baits my, like, 2, if they have Dark Ruler Mind, do I just, like, automatically lose the game? Like, I might end up becoming a victim of the argument that I was making, even if the argument is just. You know what I mean? Unnecessary. No, I actually don't think Mystic Mine is a necessary evil, to be honest. What's, like, a necessary evil? I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't think Dark Ruler and Nib are evils. So I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is a necessary evil in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, chat. Like, I was gonna say Max C, like, we don't have that card. So Kaijus, I don't think Kaijus are evil. Skill Drain. Yes. 3 copies of Skill. I love Skill Drain I just love Skill Drain, chat. I cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh without Skill. I can't live without Skill Drain. Super Poly it's not. Super Poly is just evil. No, it's not. Max C is like a necessary evil, but we don't have that. There is no necessary evil in the TCG, chat. There's no card that you can, like, convince me that's, like, healthy for the game, but at the same time it's like a degenerate card. Like, Called By, no, because I'm not like a fan of Called By, because Called By is a card that I feel like it just helps. You might have one hand trap and it just says, like, it just helps decks like Sprite or Tier just push through and then full combo and then you probably lose. And then also, like, bro, stop Called Bodying my Eldritch, the Golden Lord, because like, that feels so bad when you play Eldritch, and since you don't play hand traps, you just know that your Golden Lord is a magnet for Called By. If they have it, he's getting hit by it, and there's no workarounds. Eldritch Lodge. I mean, it just getting called by an Eldritch is just different than other decks. Anyways, Dimensional Barrier. Nah, that card's probably just evil. Yeah, because I don't think Dimensional Barrier is like, unless the argument is like it keeps the powerful combo decks in check, but like I don't know if it only keeps very specific ones like it only keeps like very specific ones, because like the way that Yu-Gi-Oh is, every combo deck, like they're based on one mechanic, right? But then they also can usually link summon too. Like look at Sprite. Sprite is like an Xyz deck, but it can also link summon well. Tier is a fusion deck, but it can also like link summon well also. For a deck to not link summon, it has to like have specific conditions built into the cards, like branded, right? Like you activate branded fusion, your ass can't link summon. Period. You know what I mean? Like outside of that, like every other combo or mid range or like Sword Soul has those conditions. It's like, oh, as long as you have these tokens, all you can do is synchro summon. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, Sword Soul is like the same way. Despia is an evil. Droplet is super fair. Prosperity. I mean, I don't think pot cards are evils though. Like I don't think pot cards are like necessary. Like I don't think the only pot card that's like kind of evil in my opinion is Desires, and I think that decks like Virtual World and Sword Soul prove that, because banishing 10 and fucking up your deck, like doing all that damage to your deck, should be a cost. But when you can play archetypes like Virtual World and Sword Soul, I mean these are YCS winning archetypes, by the way. Well, I don't know if VW ever did, because I don't think there were YCSs at that point, but you get what I'm saying. When these archetypes can just play 3 of all of their cards because they're just interchangeable, 3 Mo Yi, 3 Long Yun, 3 Lulu, etc., then like the cost is not really applicable. You know what I mean? So like the Pot of Desires is the one pot where I look at it and I'm like, you're a little too strong, you know, because you draw 2, and all the other pots in like the last couple of eras, they either don't draw 2 or they have some drawback. Like Extravagance has to be the first card, which means it just gets negated by Toad, which might not happen anymore, but you guys get what I'm saying. No, it's not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Extravagance doesn't have like a real cost. Yeah, banishing 6 from your extra deck is not like a real cost, because the decks that play Extravagance don't need their extra deck. The problem with the Extravagance, chat, is that they for some reason made it have to be why did they do that? Why does Extravagance have to be the first thing you do in the turn? Like that's such a bizarre act. It's only built into that one pot, and there's like I think it's built into Dichotomy too, but like it's built into that specific pot card. None of the other good pots like have that, so it's like really weird, you know?
Yes, I am aware that Ronin is banned, but doesn't mean I can't be excited or laugh at the fact that Substitute of all cards. I mean, this is such a generic, like, ridiculous card, right? I mean, it's just not once per turn special summon a frog from your deck.
It is limited.
God, I don't know. Like, what is that? By the way, in hindsight, okay, as funny as this is terrible. As someone who is an avid player of frogs, I've played a lot of frogs, and I really enjoyed Paleo Frog at its peak in 2016. I've always tried to make it where I even play it in Master Duel sometimes.
Okay.
I would much rather absolutely have Ronin Toden than bring back Substitute. Like, what? The Ronin Toden is like...
Yeah, but if you keep Ronin Toden, then you're basically just having Sprite with no hit.
I don't even think this is a hit to Sprite anymore, it feels like. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it obviously is, but it's just like, you bring back Substitute? Is that really like the trade-off here? Like, no, give me Ronin Toden.
What?
Okay. No Harp! They didn't bring back Harp!
I don't get
Oh, come on, dude. Okay, Spellbook of Judgment came back.
They give Tier
this
no
one
hit,
isn't super
why hit
surprising. Came back in Master Duel literally like a week ago.
Bro, I can't tell you. I have no fucking clue. I mean, yeah, why hit? People are just gonna say because they want to sell Tier. Tier was gonna sell. Even if Tier would have taken hits, the Ishizu cards would have made up for it anyways. Like we already know that tier was going to get a giant boost of power. So like the Shizu cards would have made up for it anyways.
So
like
makes sense that it's going to happen here. Probably not going to do a whole lot in TCG. Would be kind of interesting to see some sort of like spell-focused deck in TCG. Either. By the way, they didn't hit any of the Brave cards. So Brave plus Spell Book of Judgment. Mix that with... Yeah, okay. Right on cue. Thank you for the cuckoo. Yep. Hey guys, there's a ban list. Did you know? Wow, thank you for the update. It only took you 7 minutes or something. All right. Oh, that's interesting.
Kashatari. Is that how you pronounce it?
Pointer of the Red Lotus.
Kashatari.
It feels like sometimes Konami are on this like massive delay and lag.
Oh, okay,
this card was way more problematic like last year, the year before. Like people were definitely playing a pointer at some point, but to limit it now, it's like Has anyone been playing a point? A little bit.
Bro, these bozos need to watch DB Grinder. What? A pointer is still good right now. I mean, I think it's only good if you make like a strong board, but like a pointer is good right now. He says he doesn't play paper. Didn't he freaking top UK Nationals? Or didn't Furfa top like UK Nationals with Sword Soul? What do you mean he doesn't play? I'm like pretty sure he topped UK Nationals. A pointer, like again, the whole point with a pointer is you make your turn 1 board, and then you set a pointer of the Red Lotus, and you flip it over in your opponent's draw phase, and assuming they don't have Red Reboot, which they can't now, you just take away their most powerful card. So like usually breaking a double Toad negate board chat is like really hard to just play through it. But if you have something like Dark Ruler, then it becomes very easy. And if you have Dark Ruler and your opponent, they have a pointer, they just like take out your Dark Ruler. And then you just not get through.
To be fair, a pointer is a very toxic
how are
card.
You?
This now means that you can't trap trick it because it's at 1.
It was super problematic.
Yeah, it's a very toxic card. You set up a crazy, insane negate board, and then you stand by a pointer and then rip out like the Dark Ruler or whatever it is out their hand.
That's literally what I just said. Hold on. That is literally what I just said, chat. That's uncanny. That is literally what I just said.
Can't trap trick it because it's at 1. So, yeah, it's a very toxic card. You set up a crazy, insane Omni Negate board, and then you stand by a pointer and then rip out, like, the Dark Ruler or whatever it is.
That's it. There you go. So you do know why I got hit in it. Yeah, you know exactly why I got hit. That's exactly what I just said. Chat, keep watching this video.
Probably a card that warrants a hit. What about Limit, though? I mean, just ban it at that point, right? Nothing coming back from the semi-limited list, and I can probably imagine there's a couple of cards going to go bump up to 3 here. Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter, Ben 10 back up to 3, Shooting Riser Dragon back up to again, limiting this was... There's so many bizarre things that have happened on the ban list over the course of this many years, and Shooting Riser to 1 was arguably the most disturbing change they ever made here. Fusion Destiny and Nadir Servant back up to 3. Wow, all right. Nadir Servant Dogmatica cards combined with Spellbook of Judgment could maybe allow you to do some nonsense Jaugen things potentially, but Light Stage back to 3. I like that. Big fan of the Trickstar engine, not the Trickstar deck. If you are watching this and your favorite Trickstar is Lilybell, that's a problem. But the engine itself of Trickstar using Light Stage and Korobane is really cool. So this card at 3 is I actually really like that. Anything else? Wall of Revealing Light. Okay, wow, shocking, surprising. Okay, so to surmise here, we had Snow banned, which is unfortunate. I really rather would have had Curious banned. Ronin Toden ban is absolutely horrible. If Sprite is a problem, then they should have just banned... I don't really know how you hit them from getting Toad without also hitting Paleo. I guess that's unfortunate. But the trade-off for Substitute is really weird. I can't imagine Substitute's going to do much, but then again, it's level 1. That probably makes it somewhat searchable. I'm sure someone's going to come up with something ridiculous with Substitute. Halka Fibrax's ban is definitely long overdue and warranted. Chaos Ruler, one of the coolest, potentially the coolest Synchro monster ever printed in this game, is now unfortunately gone. I can agree. This is probably potentially quite warranted, but I'm also quite sad. I love that card.
I mean, it's a fun
Red
card.
Reboot band
is
fun, I mean, it's a spell speed 3 counter trap that freezes all your opponent's back row for the turn.
Yes.
It is draw Judgment or bust. So
there you go. It's a spell speed 3 that you can activate from your hand that just says if you're playing against a trap deck, you win. Yeah, I wash my hands. Yeah, if there's one thing about me, chat, I said this multiple times. Maybe some if you guys are new to the stream, maybe you came in the raid. If there's one thing that I find infinitely disgusting, and I see it at least twice a week, it's when you see someone not wash their hands after using the bathroom. Doesn't usually happen with women because I'm not in women's bathrooms, but like if you're in a bathroom, see a guy using the urinal and they just like walk past the sink and they don't like, it's, dude, I visibly cringe, chat. It's disgusting. I can understand if you're like a 6-year-old, right? But if you're a grown ass adult, like what are you raised in a barn or something? You're probably gonna go eat some pizza or something. Like what? I always wash my hands. Why are you hanging out in mid's What, you don't use the bathroom? Bro, when you go to the gym, there's a bathroom in there. Which, by the way, we need to... This is not related to anything, chat. Is there a possible way to make men's bathrooms, like, cleaner? Because I honestly think, like, men's bathrooms are just, on average, so disgusting that, like, people should not be allowed in there. They're just... Dude, it doesn't matter if it's a gym or at a YC. I told you guys my YCS rule. I refuse to use the bathroom like with the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not using the bathroom with animals. Like I will leave the venue and go to some random place than use a Yu-Gi-Oh bathroom. Like I won't do it. Keep on wishing. No. Washing your hands is liberal propaganda. But I dislike Eldritch. Plays too much. Want Red Reboot to be banned. No offense. To the host, it hurts running against that deck, especially best of one. Well, I mean, hold on. Are you a Master Duel player? Because if you're a Master Duel player, I understand what you're saying, but I also don't. Because for Master Duel, you'd have to like main deck Red Reboot. Now, if you're telling me you're actually like main decking Red Reboot, then yeah, I kind of get it, right? You're like, oh. In Master Duel, we got these floodgates. They're too strong. Like, okay, I get it. You don't want to just, like, lose game one and that's the only game. But, like, that doesn't translate for the TCG. And if you're talking about the TCG and, like, you're talking about, like, Eldritch is too much of a problem. They got too many purple cards. Bro, you got Cosmic Cyclone. You got Lightning Storm. I mean, Evenly Match is also something you could look at. You do have to sacrifice your battle phase, but that card is hella strong because you banish their stuff. You have Harpy's Feather Duster. Like, I just feel like how much spell and trap removal do we want? Like, the most oppressive one of all of them is Red Reboot, like, by far. Because Red Reboot is just like, no more traps, period. If you don't have a spell speed 3, you're just done. Make them urinals only. Urinals only doesn't work either. Chat, come on. I don't understand this, bro. Every time I go to like the gym, you go to a urinal and it's like, what do you see inside the urinal, chat? Freaking gum. You know what I mean? You look down and it's like the floor is wet and it's like, oh my God. Like, why? Why are we so disgusting as men? Like, why are you spitting your gum while you pee? Like, it's really that hard to spit your gum in a trash can? I feel like that should actually be like a felony, chat. Like, man, if I ever become president, chat, just wait until after the senator phase. If I ever become president, like, I feel like half of the country is gonna be like in jail for realsies. Like, if you guys think like Republicans are hard on crime, like y'all ain't seen shit yet. Like, I will actually throw your ass in jail because, you know, like you spit gum in a urinal and it's just nasty, or because you littered, and I find that to just be crass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know,
exactly.
this is one of the
Executive
best,
orders all over
cards
the place.
ever made. So, you know, I don't think it was a problem now of all times. Like, again, it's this weird like lag that happens. I feel
like,
sometimes where cards that are problematic, like back row deck,
they want more Lightning Storm type cards because combo players don't want spell and trap removal only cards in their side. Sadly, that's probably true. I feel like Lightning Storm is that happy medium to where you can use it against Eldritch because they're not going to have any monsters on field, but at the same time, you can also use it against Dragon Link. You know, you can use it to bait like a Savage Dragon, or if they use their Omni Negate, you can, you know, pop a monster or two. Sword Soul. Like, Lightning Storm's insane against Sword Soul, chat, because, like, You can pop some of their monsters, or you can pop their the back row. You can get the blackout. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
And then now it's like we're gonna hit Red Reboot. Back when it was like, you know, at its peak, I felt it's just weird. Steam the Cloak coming back again. I guess they probably want to bring back a Blackwing card for Darkwing Blast. Gofu maybe could have came back, probably not. Hulk is banned, but Gofu probably does way too much by itself, even without Hulkify Brax. So gonna be a while.
Is there a strong link? No, I feel like if you bring Gofu back, chat, there's probably a way to make Curious for just Gofu. Now that I think about it, if you like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, what Link 3s are there? But I'm pretty sure that you can make like Curious just all, because I think there's probably like some Link 1s. Maybe you could go into like Anima plus, because I don't know what are Curious's summoning conditions, chat. I feel like it's 3 different types, but the same attribute. So maybe you could go like Anima, Link Karibo, Token, or Gofu, and that's a 1-card Curious, and like you don't want that. You know what I mean?
Blackwings ever get that back, but it makes sense that they bring
or
back
like
Steam.
1-card Bardies.
I don't know if you play that in
cute
Darkwing Blast.
Same attribute,
Cyberjar
different
completely
types.
irrelevant. O-Line probably not very relevant either. Aurodon and now Hulk is banned. So
Let's watch the last
listen,
of the big 3.
I don't know why this went to 1. Just
Did he actually not put out a ban list, chat? Oh my god. Mr. Progression. Press 1 if Mr. Progression too big. Simo on his progression mountain, man. Too big to even put out ban lists. Oh, Simo. He's just too big to put out ban lists now, I guess. I don't know. You know? Simo is on his honeymoon. If you say so. If you say so, Twitch chat. If you say so. He's saving the exposure for the rest of us. Yeah. When you're a Yugi tuber, chat, press 1 if you're married to the game. Honeymoon. I ain't trying to hear about no honeymoon. You're married to the game, chat. You know what you're married to? You're married to Christian Hauke Firebrax. You're married to Mega Tens. You're married to Banlist predictions. That's the real marriage, Twitch chat. Is there another one you guys want to watch? I mean, we just watched 2 people. I've watched basically, at this point, I've watched almost every Yu-Gi 2. I still don't know what to play. Like, real talk, chat, by Saturday, Twitch chat, we need to have in stone, excuse me, what deck, oh yeah, Sam, yeah, we can watch Sam. What deck is wait, I don't think, no. I should have I feel like Sam didn't either, because I'm like, why didn't I see, goddamn, Sam at, yo, by the way, chat, is it time for shorts? Because like, Jesus Christ, he made this one this morning, 60K, yo, I think shorts is the new meta. You can watch mine, says Agent, it's 4 minutes, Agent Reaper. All right, can I get a key? 1.2? Wait, where do you see 1.2? When you get created against the... Wait, is this the one... He made one with Trip that was at, like, I thought it was really funny. It's the one where he goes to sleep and whatnot. That was, like, really funny.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, it's this.
Ready to duel?
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
This
Let's
one
do
was,
this,
like, really
bro.
funny.
I've been looking forward to comboing all day.
Oh, no, not this guy.
High roll. I start. Good luck.
Full
Damn it,
combo.
no hand traps. Damn it!
Yo. What's up?
No hand traps.
No hand traps?
Yo, bro.
What's up?
I'll be right back, okay? Just stay here. I'll be right
Keep
back.
on
Okay,
going.
no problem. That might be a while.
Peace out. Oh, yeah, I actually just subbed to Josh. I kind of want to know his opinion, because I don't know Josh, like, mentally,
Bro.
chat.
You're not done?
Watch Slim.
How are you not done?
What's up, bro?
So I know that, yeah, so you can see right here, chat. I know that Josh Schmidt has his channel has been blowing up, but I don't fully know and obviously I super respect him as a player, Chad. I was actually doing some research for a video, and I think it was like, I think I was around Zexu or something, maybe around like 2012ish or something. It was a while ago, and it was an event that Josh topped, and he was like 18 or 17 or something. I was like, damn, this is like a long time ago. So he's been playing the game for a while, but I don't know him. I don't know like his mentality, chat, as like a duelist and stuff like that. Obviously, I know he's very smart because to have topped the YCS, 10 years ago, and he's still, topping Euros and stuff now. Clearly, you're a prodigy, but like I don't know how he thinks. You know what I mean? So it could be really enlightening to watch him, or to watch like his FNL list. But that is kind of interesting, Chad. Like it's kind of crazy. Like Sam didn't make a ban list, like a post ban list. Simo didn't. If you tell me Simo's on honeymoon, like, but that's kind of crazy that Sam wouldn't either. How about Selza? Do you guys want to watch Selza or do you guys want to watch Josh Schmidt? We can watch Selza. Selza has a freak out. We can watch Slim. Selza, he went to Worlds. What, Josh Schmidt this year? Watch Josh. Chat keeps saying Sam made a short. Hold on. Let's see if we can find. Wait.
What's up, bro?
Oh, you need just about mine?
Banlist. Okay, Banlist. Don't stop. Ronan, not Ronan. No, I was playing Sprite.
I gotta be honest.
No.
This might be the new wave.
Not a Hulk, please. No, why Hulk? You supposed to play that. Chaotic ruler. Card's broken. Red reboot. No. How am I gonna beat Trap Dex now? Blackwing Steven Cloak. Cyberjar. Unbanned. O-line unbanned.
Why didn't anyone tell me about shorts?
Who cares? One is banned. Spellbook of. Where's Mystic Mind?
Yeah, there's a
Mystic
line.
Mind is up. What the?
Okay, so I'm gonna say something, chat, that I think I'm like slowly starting to realize. Is Sam the new Asian Eyes? And I mean this from the perspective of, I feel like Sam. No. Hear me out. No. Hear me out before you guys make your assumptions. I feel like Sam might be like a meta ahead of every other Yugi tuber. Like I think I'm starting to realize this, I feel like he's shorts. Just no. I don't just mean shorts. I mean like the way he runs his channel and the way that he's like producing content. It feels like he's ahead of everyone else. You know what I mean? Sam has always been ahead of the game. Sam is Mr. Well, so it's interesting again that you say Mr. Beast, because I talked to Sam at Charlotte, and me and Sam talked for like a full hour, chat, just about like content creation. And Mr. Beast is one of the people he studies. But like I'm looking at Sam's channel, and you guys know, basically until what? Last week, I kind of scoffed at the idea of shorts, right? I was like, shorts, I'm too good for those. Those are stupid. And then you look and like, whoa, he put out a short that has 1 million views, chat, 8 days ago. He put this out yesterday, and it has 216,000 views. Like, and what I mean specific, not just shorts, but like, so Sam didn't make an entire ban list video, right? Like, that's traditional. Make a ban list video because that's what we do. But instead, Sam just made a short, and it's at 60K. And what if this thing's at 200 by tomorrow? Like, is he realizing that this is just a more easily digestible form of content for his audience? Maybe they don't have long attention spans. Maybe he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do, 10-minute ban list reactions anymore. Shorts get the job done. And my audience, like, that's what I mean, chat. Like, is he the new Asian Eyes? And Asian Eyes, I think, chat, was a Yugi tuber for a long time who was just ahead of the curve. I mean, look how many trends that were created by Asian Eyes. The shitty replay, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vines. You know what I mean? Like, those were all created by Asian Eyes. And I feel like maybe Sam's kind of reached that point. I mean, look at his sub count would kind of indicate that too. The man's at 600,000. Like, that's kind of crazy. Even Asian Eyes, yeah, Asian Eyes is on shorts too. Milano is already doing these skits. I mean, no, I'm not saying that Sam like created shorts chat, but I mean, okay. Just for instance, this is a yes or no question, chat. 2 years ago, or even last year, do you guys think that Sam would have made a short to react to the ban list? In my opinion, no way in hell. Ban list reaction videos, chat, are some of the most viewed videos. There's no way in hell that Sam would have made a short for a ban. He would have done a ban list reaction. But I think now he realizes, like, Cap, this can get just as many views, if not more, than a full reaction. And that's what I mean by, like, this. He could be trend setting right now. Every other YouTuber, chat, they all made full on videos. Sam's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna do a short. So I'm like, yo, I think Sam might be like, he's just ahead of the curve. That's what I mean. I didn't mean like Asian Eyes in an insulting way. I mean it in like a positive way. I mean Sam's like setting the market. I don't know. He made a short because he wasn't home. Bro, what do you mean? He just jumped on a bed. What do you mean? Even if he's not home, look, look, this could technically be a hotel or something. He's somewhere where he can make a video. Like you can make a video from a hotel. Like, it might not have the same production value as your main, video, but like I'm not sold on that. Like, I'm not sold. Even if Sam was like home, he might still make a short, chat. Like, just saying. All right, let's see if we can find Agent Reaper's video. And then maybe we can watch, what's it called? Wait, so Agent Reaper, you actually do make content. And he didn't. All right. Can I get Keems in the chat, boys? It's sad boy hours, chat. Just don't watch Vine. Trust me, it's sad
Hello,
boy
everyone.
times.
So, the new ban list is out, so hopefully it's been worth the wait. So our next list is still in a few months, so
You just sound
probably
sad.
February. And this goes into effect on 3rd, so next Monday. Anyway, so as I scroll down
You sound so
just
sad.
no.
You don't real Mike.
Yeah, not much unexpected there, to be honest.
Aw,
Voting totem.
he's trying.
Okay.
They're extremely easy to edit.
I would expect swap over him, but fair enough. Account bans. I got spoiled on this one, but
I think everybody did. Yeah.
not really unexpected. At this point, it's banned everywhere. Probably should have been banned a while ago.
Have I
considering we
watched
banned,
Don
4 or 5 tuners
Juan?
but
No, not yet. But I am making the
Oh.
rounds. I've spent this entire day just
Chaos
watching Banlist
Ruler.
content, to be honest. Just because I haven't made... I didn't make one
I
myself.
don't necessarily think it needed to be hit, but I can understand why it got hit.
And this is another card. There was no, like, putting this card at 1. That would have been a very Konami TCG move to do. That's why I think, Chad, that's why I thought it was, as crazy as it sounds, that's why I thought that it was on the table for mine to go to 1. Because I posted it on Twitter. I was like, hey, keep in mind, Konami did just put Hulk at 1. They did just put Shooting Riser at 1. Putting those cards to 1 did nothing, and I don't agree with them. However, they did it, so, like, they might do it again. Like, they seem to have these kind of pointless limits. So, cards like Chaos Ruler and Fiber, it's either 3 or 0. There's no in between.
I don't know if this kills the Punk engine, but
Does it? I would probably say that it kills the Punk engine because, I mean, you still get 8 stars of material, but, like, what do you go for? And you can't even go for, like, you can't just say, like, oh, I'll just go for Hulk, but, like, can't do that either. So, unless you're going to go, like, Stardust Dragon, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
powers it's worth. Alright, no banned Xyz, so...
There's no excuse to ban.
No Mystic Mind ban.
Yep.
Well,
Punk
that's
has their
great.
own level weight. I mean, if you play Ghost Ogre, yeah, you can go for that. You get a free Ghost Ogre.
On.
Amazing Dragon. Yeah, you have to go for get an Ogre.
Yeah, they Konami really does find a way to make Banlist depressing. But anyway.
Agent Reaper, were you depressed while you were making
as
this?
As much as I won it at 3, I understand why it's banned now.
Aww.
But nevertheless.
It really does sound like this made him more depressed.
Steam the Cloak, one of Hulk's casualties. Cyberjar. Okay. Honestly, Cyberjar is one of those cards that can come back.
Ruxin?
Certainly, I mean it is. Probably shouldn't have, but I understand why it's.
Nah, bro. Flip up. Basically, the to where Yu-Gi-Oh is, chat, is even something like Fiber Jar. As much as I like think that card is so annoying, and I really wouldn't want to risk it. It's just hard. You're hard pressed to find like a broken flip monster because flips are just too slow in Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, they're monsters that take 2 turns to work. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, you just don't have 2 turns. You know, like Shadows worked as an archetype because you didn't have to use their flip effects for them to be good because they had graveyard effects too. You could use the flip effects, but you didn't have to like make the deck work. So, you know, I'm trying to think if there's we got because Morphine Jar 2 and Cyber were all banned and now they're all back. Fiber's just the last one. You know, Magician of Faith, that was another flip effect. Like, all these flip effects, chat, from, like, DM era that, you know, that were banned whenever they were banned, like, they're just all coming back. They're just all coming back.
Lion, so another one of Help's casualties.
Need a new summoning mechanic to... I mean, so as crazy as this sounds, the only way to make flip effects good, chat, outside of, like, shadowing them to where you make them not even need their flip effects, is to just have, like, you have to, like, errata the entire mechanic. You have to make it to, like, flip effects can be flipped, like, the turn that they're set, chat. That's the only way to, like, the same thing with Gemini. That's the only way to, like, fix the mechanic. It's the same thing with Gemini, chat. It's crazy that flip effects wherever, it's a testament to, like, how much slower DM and GX were because flip effects started becoming bad, chat, about halfway through 5Ds. 5Ds, like, after, with, like, Synchro Cat, that was, like, the last time, because you had, like, Gravekeeper Spy. That card had, like, you had cards like that, and after that, it's like, yeah, these like, can never be good. It's surprising that they were good into that format. That deep into that, like, Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, I don't.
Like, you have to make them to where they can be used, like, the turn they're set. Otherwise, they just can't work.
The Fog FTK.
Geargia, I'll give you Geargia because Geargia armor is like it's not technically a flip monster, but it basically is. Like I'll give you like Geargia.
Contribute 1 monster, summon a fog from your top.
You didn't know what Substitute did?
Fogs can't be sure about. Okay, so it's also a level 1. Yeah, so it's not as good as, or it's not as good as
it's not a sprite card.
Once was, especially with.
And like Guru, I don't even really count Guru, chat, because like Guru is different because Guru is one of the flip monsters that could be flipped the same. Like Guru could be flipped like exactly like what I just said. Because of the field spell, Guru could be flipped the turn that you set it. If Guru didn't have that going for it, chat, like if it didn't have the Hidden City, like Guru would have never been competitive, like ever. Like that's the only reason like Guru was like decent is because you could just set it, Hidden City, flip it, instantly getting in front of the barrier, and just keep it rolling. Raikou? I mean, yeah, Raikou's good.
Judgment. This is expected considering Master Duel and the OCG. And no Mystic Mine.
Yep, also no Mystic Mine. We have a lot of spells, man, dude. Or, excuse me, limited. Infernity Launcher, Into the Void. Sekka's Light. Some of these could probably be moved. Not the Sky Striker cards. I'm not down with that.
As if that would really do anything.
Who are we watching?
Limiting a pointer with a Red Lotus. That's
So, Agent Reaper, let me
fine.
ask you a question. Do you have aspirations of being like a YouTuber, or do you just do it for fun, or what? I'm just curious.
No new Sagari, so no
Mid,
Mystic Money.
like magical midfield breaker.
Ugh,
Multi-role can go to multi. I don't
well, that's
like.
fine.
I just don't.
On the
I just don't
Mets,
want to play against Sky Striker, bro. I'm just being honest.
Dynamite.
I just. I mean, it probably can, but I just don't want to play against
Depends
Sky
on
Striker.
X. Maybe be a
Like,
little dangerous
no.
to try
That deck had enough time being meta, forever.
Shooting Visor. Yeah, I don't understand why this card was ever limited. It never really was the problem. And then these are Fusion Destiny, Nadir, Late Stage, and Mole. They're
Mystic
just
Mind is the TCG equivalent
from
of
Pearl
Max C.
being free.
I mean, it appears.
Well,
All right. Can I get a clap or a copium or however you guys feel? It appears so. I think when you Konami is not Def Chat. I mean, they check social media. They check YouTube videos from content creators. I mean, people have been banned for their YouTube videos. Multiple people. Andres Torres, Triff, etc., etc. So like they're aware of what the community says. The fact that they knew all the backlash that Mystic Mind has been getting, and the fact that they like kind of ignored it, like that's kind of saying something with with them not doing anything. Like their silence speaks volumes, I think is like the saying. This is a cursed video that makes a viewer want to, yeah. I don't really know how to respond to it. This is like a video where if someone was like, Cap, can you tell me how to make my videos better? Like, I don't know that I would have an answer for you, Dark Emperor, or not Dark Emperor, but Agent Reaper. I would say have more energy. Try to make it sound like you're not, about to jump off a bridge after you make the video. Watch